Welcome back. Today I'm going to talk to you about how I made this axe display. I'm starting out with a piece of 100-year-old wormy chestnut. This one doesn't appear to be too wormy, nevertheless it is chestnut. Probably dates back 100 years to when the blight occurred in the 1920s at some point in time. All these bugs and beetles and whatever killed off all the chestnut trees, or a good many of them. So I'm sanding it with this tool called a Merlin 2. It's a 2-inch mini grinder. It has a lot of accessories on the front. Today I'm using a 3-inch 80 grit, I believe, sanding disc on it, and I'm just cleaning up the edges. And it's meant to look a little rough, not rough in terms of feeling, but rustic, organic. Anyway, I am sanding up the edges and smoothing out anything that might catch your hand or give you a splinter, and they're no fun. So the axe that I'm going to display, and I'll show you a picture of that in the top left corner, there it is, that is going to be held in place with these two pieces of antler tine. One is just the tine and the other one is a piece of antler with the two tines cut off. And I'm deciding, do I want a vertical, horizontal, square? I'm trying to make a decision based on the quality, texture, and character of the wood, and I decided to settle with this, the tine in the top left and the other tine with the two pieces cut off in the bottom right. So what I decided to do was kind of sand down, clean up basically the tines, the antler itself, because it tends to get a little gray and funky. So I'm cleaning those up, and once I'm done doing that, I will secure them to the board. Now this axe that I bought was quite costly, and it's like a collector's item, so it may get used, it may not. It's kind of the thing that you stick on the wall, and it's sort of a showpiece. It's all custom made and has a nice paint job. I got it from Duluth Trading Company if anybody's interested. It was about $250, I think, so handmade, I think it was made by. Duluth sells a lot of different company brands, so if you looked on their site, it's Duluth Trading Company, you probably would find it if you look under gear. So now I am using a Forstner bit that's approximately the same size as the end that will stick into the wood, so it is inset, and I'm using the Forstner bit to drill 2 holes where the tines will be placed. Actually, I screw them into place, which you'll see in a minute. Here I'm pre-drilling the holes so it's lined up perfectly in the center. The Forstner bit, you can see, leaves a little dimple there, so finding center is real easy. So I put the drill into the back end so it sticks out of the front a little bit, and then I line up the tine so I know it's centered quite well and it will catch plenty of the antler, so it holds very well. Now the second one I do has some dried up marrow in it and tends to be a little punky, so it doesn't hold so well. So I had to drill that one a little bit deeper than the first tine but I used a couple of different lengths of screws until I finally got the right length, and everything went together very secure. You can see I'm using drywall screws here, and it's inside, so there's no problem with using them. Plus, they're very grippy. I'm not sure why they grip so well, but they do, and they really work well with this antler. So now that the antlers are very secure in their positions, I'm going to fill in that remaining gap with some brown caulk. Before I do that, I have to put a sealant on this wood, otherwise the caulk might get into the grain and the grooves of this wood, which again is not flat, it's not planed, it is definitely rough in terms of its character and texture. So I'm using this feed and wax, which I use a lot. It's a great sealant, and it also leaves a nice coat of wax. So it's made of orange oil and beeswax, and it's a really nice product. You can get it on Amazon, that's where I bought mine. I'm applying it with a soft cloth that won't, like a paper towel, would just get caught into the grooves, and that wouldn't work for you. So it's a non-linting soft cloth that I'm using to apply this feed and wax. Now I'm filling the gaps there that are left over after I left the Forstner holes, and the antlers are irregular, so there's a gap. And I'm using this caulk called Cedar Tan. It's a light to medium colored tan, and it fills it perfectly and blends in very well with this colored chestnut wood. I don't know about any of you, but I usually, when I'm using caulk, end up with more on my fingers, okay, so 8 fingers and 2 thumbs. I have it on every digit, and I just can't seem to do caulk without getting it all over. But I was using a paper towel to wipe off most of it, and this was probably the best job with caulk that I have ever done. So you can see I'm trying to get it off of the wood. and having that feed and wax on there really made it easy to do. You could also put a urethane on there that will seal the wood and prevent the caulk from getting into the pores of the wood. That's basically what you want to do. So I'm wiping it off some of the antler and some of the caulk and just cleaning it up, and it turned out pretty nice. I'm very happy with it. And there it is, with the axe on display. So I like it, and I especially like it next to this etching that I did. I'll put a link at the end to that etching so you can see how I made that.